Hey there, my name is Mark Honeycutt. I'm the Dalton campus pastor, and I want to talk to you today about how to instill values, the Rockbridge values, into your staff. We need to understand the importance of values because our values are the hinges in which the mission, the door swings, and they are this. We are kingdom seekers, we are bridge builders, we break the huddle, we strive for excellence, and we are one. And so we want to be able to speak to our staff and translate and instill into them how important these values are. They need to be baked into our culture, our staff culture. So every meeting, every time you're hanging out, draw back, have them look to one of our values, how they're either accomplishing that value or they're not accomplishing that value. Now, part of our role as campus pastors is to speak to our staffs. And so we will align with the mission and the values of Rockbridge Community Church. And then my responsibility is Rockbridge Dalton, that I will speak to them, but I also want to listen to them and speak for them. So it's two-way communication, that with MCDs and Matt, that I'm talking to them about what the staff is saying, and then I'm talking to my staff about what MCDs are saying. You're that liaison, you're the in-between that can really, really bake into the culture the values of Rockbridge Community Church. Now, what I want to encourage you to do is to set up your touch points and don't neglect those. So I do a bi-weekly touch point with my staff. Some campus pastors do a weekly touch points, and that's with each individual staff member. It's very, very important. And what I want you to do there, and I want to coach you in doing this, is to talk to them about the values. And so if you see them doing something great, if you see them always constantly on time with their dashboards, on time with the receipts, brag on them. Say, hey, that just reinforces a value of we strive for excellence. We work hard. You model that value. And thank you for modeling that for me and for the rest of our staff. And so that's a way you can use encouragement to instill values, but sometimes you're going to have conflict. And a lot of times you're going to have conflict because you're dealing with people. And so make sure you listen to the staff member and then bring them back to a value. One of those is we break the huddle, we huddle well, and we're practice loyalty and protect unity when the play is called. And so say there's a decision about moving a service time. And what happens at Rockbridge is you're going to get that idea, you're going to be able to speak into it. You can then take that back to your staff and say, here's what we're thinking about as they communicate to you, likes, dislikes. You're in a huddle at this time. And so if you find a staff member that is very passionate about it, talk to the MCD that's developing a strategic huddle. Say, hey, man, so-and-so is very passionate about it. Is it okay if they sit on this team? And there's a strategic huddle. So you will rarely hear a decision that's made, Friday, and we're going to implement it Sunday. There's a lot of wisdom, prudence, prayer, elders, a lot of counsel involved with that decision. And so as you're sitting with a staff member, and this staff member, it's 5 weeks later, and they're still grumbling about the decision to change the service time, you can use the value to walk them back through that. Say, hey, do you remember when that idea was presented? It was presented weeks ago, and we got feedback about that. You were communicated to about that. You had an opportunity to be on a huddle, maybe to speak into that, or you could have told me and I could have spoke for you into that. And then we broke the huddle. That's one of our values. We are going to break the huddle, and we're going to make a decision. And when we do, we want everybody to be all in with that. And so, hey, you may disagree with it. That's fine, but you have to be all in. You have to trust the heart of the process and what went into making that decision. And again, hey, I'm puzzled. Help me understand why you're still not all in. Help me understand why you didn't break the huddle well, or you didn't understand the huddle process. Help me understand that and listen to them. 9 out of 10 times, 99% of the time, it's going to be something else that's going on. Maybe something at home, maybe a secret sin in their life. Maybe they're not E4ing well. Maybe they're not emotionally healthy leadership. They're not practicing their Sabbath. But the value helps to uncover that. And so what drives the agenda of one-on-ones? What drives the agenda of staff meetings? Partly of the values of Rockbridge Community Church. We're going to draw back to those values for conflict and also for encouragement. Hey, thanks for listening to me. Get you one of these cards. You can see Darlene for that. Get you 4 or 5 of these cards and use those. Pull that out. I mean, I'll have it on my desk when I'm having one-on-ones. Pull it out and always draw back to